Welcome to all of you. This is the next video of the chapter which name is The Lost Spring. So let's see what happened when the writer reached to the Sahib Alam's family, home where they were living. So let's start it. My acquaintance with the barefoot rag pickers lead me to Simapuri, a place on the periphery of Delhi 8 miles away from it metamorphically. Means here writer describes that after so many months conversation, she went to the place where these rag pickers family were living. It was outskirts of Delhi. In fact, it was in Delhi, but actually the facility which is provided in metro cities is totally out of this area. Those who live here are squatters who came from Bangladesh back in 1971, and the family who were occupied the area of the Simapuri were the migrated family who left Bangladesh in 1971 and occupied this area of Simapuri in Delhi. Sahib's family is among them, and Sahib's family was also one of this family. Simapuri was then a wilderness. Means at the time of 1971, Simapuri was a totally deserted area. It still is, but it is no longer empty. Although the condition is as same as it was in 1971, but now it is populated. In structures of mud with roofs of tin and tarpaulin, divide of sewage drainage or running water lives 10,000 lakh pickers. Means although there are so many families occupied the area of the Simapuri, but the conditions, the manner they were living here, it is very critical because there is no any sewage drainage, running water supply is exit in this area. Moreover, 10,000 neck pickers are living here, but there is no facility of this kind of system. They have lived here for more than 30 years without an identity, without permits, but with ration card that get their names on voters list and enable them to buy grains. Although this family who came from Bangladesh are living here in this area of the Simapuri, but when we talk about the identity cards, any other that make them suitable citizens, they have only the ration cards, because the politicians who are the main leader of this area, they provided them ration cards, by that they can grain, but there is no any other identity card which can make them a suitable citizen of this country. Food is more important for survival than an identity. When we talk about the basic thing, the people of living here in Simapuri, they think that food is more important than any kind of other identity cards. If at the end of the day we can feed our families and go to bed without an aching stomach, we would rather live here than in the field that gave us no grain. Say a group of women in tattered saris. When I ask them why they left their beautiful land of green field and rivers, now when the writers tried to ask a group of women who were in a tattered torn saris, their reply of them was that if we are satisfied our hunger and we are able to get meals of the day, so I think this is the better place in the comparison of that which give us nothing. Wherever they find food, they pitch their tents and become transit home. And wherever these families find food, wherever they got the earnings, they settle their life. Children give up in them becoming partners in survival. Now their children also taking part in earning bread, and survival in Simapuri means rag picking. And the family who were living in the Simapuri area, they belong to the rag pickers. Through the years, it has acquired the proportions of a fine art. Garbage to them is gold, it is their daily bread, a roof over their heads, even if it is a leaking roof. But for a child, it is even more. And when we talk about the rag pickings, the children had been so skilled in this work because they are doing it for many years, and for them, garbage is a kind of source by which they earn their living. And for children, it is more than just a garbage. I sometimes find a rupees, even a 10 rupees note, Sahib says, his eyes lighting up. When you can find a silver coin in a heap of garbage, you don't stop scrounging, for there is a hope of finding more. Now, writer describes that uh, asked about when Sahib asked about his thinking, his eyes lighting up, and says, when you get one coins, yeah, more than this, that then hopes is excited. It seems that for children, garbage has a meaning different from what it means to their parents, and the writer realized that garbage means a mean of earning bread source, while the children it is more than that. For the children it is wrapped in wonder, for the elders it means of survival. If we talk about the children about the garbage, so for them it is a full of wonders, and for their parents elders it is a mean of their earning bread. One winter morning, I see Sahib standing by the fence gate of the neighborhood club, watching two young men dressed in white playing tennis. I like the game, he hums, content to watch in standing behind the fence. Now the writer describes after a morning, he saw the Sahib standing by the fence and in the neighborhood club. While he was watching that two men were in a white dress were playing tennis. I like the game, he hums. And he was also whispering that he likes this game, content to watch it standing behind the fence, and he was satisfied to watch this game out from the boundaries. I go inside when no one is around. He admits the gatekeeper let me use the swing, and he also spoke that when there is no one in the garden, the guards allow me to swing to use the swing. Sahib too is wearing tennis shoes that look strange over his discarded shirt and shorts. Someone gave them to me, he says in the manner of an explanation. And when the writer looked at these feet of the Sahib, so he Sahib spoke that he got this pair of shoes from someone, and he also liked these shoes very much. Someone gave me to me, he says in a manner of explanation, the fact that they are discarded shoes of some rich boy who perhaps refused to wear them because of a hole in one of them. But writer understood that these shoes were not given to him by someone. Actually, reality was that these shoes belongs to some else rich boy, and because there were so much holes in the shoes, that's why the child was did not interested anymore to wear these shoes. That's why it was thrown away, and from the garbage Sahib got these shoes. Who perhaps refused to wear them because of a hole in one of them does not bother him. For one who has walked barefoot, even shoes with a hole in dream come true. But the game he is watching so intensely is out of his reach. Although Sahib can get the shoes, even it has so many holes, but the game he is watching, that is beyond his dreams. This morning Sahib is on his way to milk booth, in his hand a steel canister. I now work in a tea stall down the road, he says, pointing the distance. Now one day when writer was saw the Sahib, yeah, when writer met the Sahib on the road, he then Sahib told the writer that now he is working on a tea stall, and there were there was a steel container in his hand, and pointing to the shop, he told the writer that now I working there. He says, pointing in the distance, I am paid 800 rupees and all my meals, and the shopkeeper also paid me 800 rupees for my work and the meals of the day. Does he like the job? I ask. His face, I see, has lost the carefree look. The steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bags he would carry so lightly over his shoulders. The bag was his The canister belongs to the man who owns the tea shop. Sahib is no longer his own master. Means the writer describes here that now Sahib work on a tea stall shop and he is also paid 800 rupees. But the liberty, but the freedom that he enjoyed in rag picking has completely lost, because now he is praised under the burden of the canisters of the tea, and now he is no longer free to do whatever he like to do, because he is employee of an tea shop. Saib is no longer his own master, and now he is not the master of his own, because he is employee of an tea shop. So student, we saw in the first part of the lesson that how the so many children are there who are not enjoying their childhood because of the burden, because of the responsibilities of the family, and that's why this is the very critical condition of our country, because there are so many children in our country who are working this kind of work to feed their family. So in the next part of this, as you can see here, it is the part of this story belong to the Firozabad, and the main character of this story is Mukesh, and we will see what happened there. Actually this story belong to the child labors, and the writer by her books he point out this problem, so that we come to know what is going in our society. So next video we will see what Mukesh is doing in Firozabad. Thank you.